My boyfriend, Craig, is very handsome. It took me about 2 to 3 months, and I was completely in love with him and giving him money to get his inheritance. I sold my living room furniture. I do miss my furniture, especially when I have company and there's really no place for anybody to sit right now. He just asked me last night for $2,500 more.
Francis sent her money. I said, Francis, you're crazy.
You believe Fran's getting conned?
Yes, definitely.
You believe this is a catfish, somebody's scamming her?
I said, Fran, you're being scammed.
We were able to find the man in the Craig photos. So let me be very clear. You're seeing your Craig, right?
Yes, it is.
And let me tell you, he has absolutely nothing to do with this whatsoever.
I am the man in the photos, but I have not been speaking with you at all.
I'm sorry.
Do you have any doubts whatsoever?
It tells me I'm deleting everything and moving on with my life best I can. After the show, I did meet a guy just a few weeks after I got home that contacted me on social media. I asked who it was, and he said, "It's Chris." Well, you knew me as Craig.
I don't know how he manipulated her again, but he did.
Wasn't long that he wanted money. I sent him a total of $1,000.
I said, Francis, you've got to be kidding me. You did not send that man money again.
I am ashamed to face Dr. Phil. He told me that he wanted to be honest with me and tell me who he really was.
As opposed to before when he told you he was white, then black, and Craig, then now Chris.
He told me that he lived in London and he needed a visa and $3,000 to get the visa, and that's when I deleted him and said, no, absolutely not. I've got someone else I'm talking to. His name is Daniel.
Francis, you do know that Daniel is another scammer, correct?
Hey, I'm sorry, I just totally disagree.
Now, Fran, you need to get off the internet.
Amen.
So you need to unplug. Unplug for 90 days and give yourself a chance to meet somebody in the real world. Okay? Well, Fran, it's been over a year since I last saw you, and you promised me you'd get off the internet, unplug, and start living in the real world and find a real partner. So it's good to see you. How have you been?
It's good to see you, Dr. Phil, and I have been great.
So
I did get off the internet for 90 days like I promised you.
okay. Have you heard from Craig, Chris, or Daniel since we last spoke?
I have not heard from Daniel. I, however, have heard from Chris. He calls me with different numbers, texts me, actually, doesn't call.
Yeah.
He texts me with different numbers, but I took your advice, and I tell him to go to hell every time.
Okay.
And I
All
block
right.
him and delete him.
And now that you truly get it and you look back on that phase, what do you think about that? Does that seem like another person, or does it seem like you? How do you look at that?
I look at it totally different. I also used Doctor on Demand that you offered me,
Right.
and that helped me considerably. I have started a whole new life. I also go dancing 3 to 4 nights a week. I have met real men who treat me with utmost dignity. I haven't settled down to no one certain man, but I do date real men, and I do have a good time dancing now, Dr. Phil.
Oh my God, I've created a monster. You still have the living room furniture that we bought you, correct?
Yes, that's what I'm sitting on talking to you right now.
Okay, yeah, you sell that and I'm gonna be real mad.
Well, I don't blame you. I would be too.
Okay, well, no, I'm just so glad to hear it all. Well, look, thank you so much for checking in with us, and thanks for being Fran's best friend, because that's what you need to do, is treat yourself like a best friend.
It feels good. It really does. I mean, I cannot say enough how much you have helped me. And Doctor on Demand helped me a great deal also that you offered me. And my whole life has changed. I'm a totally different person.
Well, that's what we like to hear. Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.